helping kids.
Portions of this program brought to you by Subway. Eat fresh. This is News Watch 4 live at 6.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for News Watch 4 at 6. I'm Kiki Vensel. Beckley police are investigating an early morning stabbing that sent one person to the hospital. Police say it happened around 4:30 in the morning at an apartment complex on the 300 block of City Avenue in Beckley. The person was taken to Raleigh General Hospital. Police also say they're looking for at least one suspect who may have been involved. If you have any information about this case, call Crime Stoppers at 255-STOP. The mining company that shut down abruptly is now facing a class action lawsuit. Attorney Greg Hewitt filed the suit against Peachtree Ridge Mining Company last Friday in Raleigh County. According to the lawsuit, about 100 workers at the Bolt mine have not received their last two paychecks or pay for holiday and vacation time. Chief Meteorologist Josh Fitzpatrick has the night off. Meteorologist Ross Ellett joins us now for a look at our current conditions on this steamy Tuesday. Ross?
It's steamy indeed, a lot of muggy air coming back into the area, and we have a couple thunderstorms as a result. We had that daytime heating, the humid conditions, and that was enough to get a couple thunderstorms going. And Doppler 4 radar showing over the past 4 hours where these storms have lined up right along the spine of the mountains, and then a decent storm a couple hours ago right between the Raleigh and Summers County line, and now the activity has shifted down towards Pineville, but is beginning to weaken overall. There's another storm in Pocahontas County as well, but once again the activity over the next few hours will begin to die down, and we're looking for mostly clear skies overnight tonight. But look at these temperatures right now. 88 degrees in Charleston, so already near 90 degrees in the western part of the state. 80 in Beckley, a little cooler after that thunderstorm tried to go through the parts of Raleigh and Summer County's line. 83 degrees towards Bluefield and 79 towards Pineville. So the heat beginning to rise up, and it's going to stay warm overnight. The low 80s by 7 o'clock, and even by 11 o'clock tonight, we're still looking at the upper 60s. So this muggy air will stick around, and we'll show you that full 7-day forecast and let you know how long this heat will last coming up. Kiki?
Thanks a lot, Ross. Arrests are pending following a meth lab bust on Monday. Yesterday, Fayette County authorities received an anonymous tip on a meth lab in packs at the end of Temple Road. Trident Drug Task Force and a team from Pittsburgh responded around 6 p.m. yesterday and did find equipment and chemicals they say were used to make meth. Crews worked until 5 o'clock this morning to clean up the lab. The case is still under investigation tonight. As the Allied occupation of Iraq moves into its 5th year, more and more American soldiers and Marines are being recalled and recalled again to duty in the desert. Newswatch 4's Bob Brunner says one such Marine is from Fayette County.
Josh Perry stops to chat with friends in downtown Fayetteville. He's rushing around tending to last-minute chores like fence building with his father because he's headed to Iraq again, a Marine reservist facing yet another year under fire.
Obviously, your family and, your other half that you talk to on a daily basis, but not as much mixed feelings as the first time.
What do you say to people who say we ought to be in the process of getting out and not in the process of going back?
It's kind of hard to answer questions like that because, you're there for a reason, and sometimes you think you're not,
His local friends didn't sign up. They have no plans to. They care about Josh, but not about this policy.
I don't think it should be over in the first place. Let them fight their own war over there. That's not even, it's none of our business. I think we should even stay out of it, but I'm in full support of everybody that does go over there. That's a big honor and a big job to take care of the country.
We're there, for our country and for our families and stuff like that. But, we've been there so long, so, we really don't know. But it's our job, so we're there for a reason.
Here in Fayetteville, there's an eternal flame, memorializing those who have given their all for their country. And there are a lot more young men going back for a second and third time to do their duty. There are 1,000 more U.S. Marines and soldiers recalled for their next trip to harm's way. Bob Brunner, Newswatch 4, Fayetteville.
Congressional leaders are working on legislation to guarantee military people a year at home between deployments. The historic town of Hinton winds along New River, but if you'd like to stroll along the river as a visitor, you really can't. But now there's an effort underway to obtain funding to create a walking trail from what is now the boat launch area toward downtown. The mayor says local residents as well as tourists would appreciate a pleasant place to stroll.
We have all this water and people can't get to it. And so what we're doing with the island, with this project, is trying to develop access for tourists, but also for our local people to better enjoy the river.
How long do you think this is going to take?
Well, we're hoping 3 or 4 years. That will funding, of course, is the main thing, the main obstacle too. And as soon as some funding gets in place, then we'll move as quickly as we can on these projects.
City officials are awaiting word from state and federal agencies about grant money for the trail. The Community and Technical College at WVU Tech is branching out. Newswatch 4's Kristen Summer reports tonight on where they're going and why.
The Community and Technical College at WVU Tech services 5 counties in the area. And in order to reach as many students as possible, they're expanding their extension course selection to Oak Hill and Beckley.
President Joe Harris says they're offering the classes in Beckley and Oak Hill because there's a high demand in those areas. She says it's also important for the college to maximize its reach.
It's difficult sometimes to get to Montgomery, and it is imperative that we take our technical courses off-site to some locations where there is demand. So,
classes in construction technology will be offered for the first time ever at the Fayette Institute of Technology in Oak Hill. And in Beckley, the new Higher Education Center will host courses in printing technology, pre-engineering, and public administration. Harris says that new building offers a unique opportunity for students.
our students will be able to take courses from the other institutions in general education, and we bring our classes of distinction to that center. So we've all made an agreement on who will teach what.
Classes start the week of August 20th. Registration takes place during the first class. In Montgomery, Kristen Summer, Newswatch 4.
For a complete schedule of extension courses, you can contact the college. That number is 442-3000. Still to come here tonight on Newswatch 4 at 6, mine rescue teams from 4 different states will put their skills to the test this week, and taking it to the streets. We'll tell you about one woman's mission to clean up a local town. This and much more as we continue tonight. Stay with us.
Walk into Little Caesars for dinner and you will.
Welcome back tonight. Morgantown is hosting a mine rescue competition this week that's expected to draw 19 teams from West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. The Post 5 mine rescue contest will be held tomorrow and Thursday at Milan Park. Teams are judged on procedures and speed as they deal with mock disasters such as missing miners, explosions, or mine fires. There's also a pre-shift event that requires team members to show their skill in pre-shift examinations of coal mines. With a little help from a visitor, the town of Mullins is taking steps to clean things up. Our Sarah Bloom has that story tonight.
Condemned, abandoned, and dilapidated buildings. All things AmeriCorps volunteer Erica Peterson hopes with time will disappear in Mullins.
The buildings are obviously an eyesore. They are unsafe. There's some buildings that I know that there are children in the neighborhood playing in the abandoned buildings, which is really not safe. Health hazards and stuff like that.
Peterson recently wrote a governor's grant to obtain funding for a dilapidated building cleanup project. If approved, the grant could add up to $30,000 to the $15,000 already provided by the city. Eventually, the Condemnation Board hopes the project will help improve the look of main streets like this in the city of Mullins.
Hopeful that once the buildings are torn down, I mean, at the very least, you know, the health hazard and the eyesore will be gone, but it also allows land for development, because here in Mullins we've got the mountain on one side, the railroad tracks, the river. There's really not a lot of land to build on.
Residents seem excited about the project and the potential it poses for the town.
If you take some of the residential homes that look really, really bad, you know, kind of improve them, then people may have like a better outlook on how we are as a whole. You know, understand that we have a lot to offer.
For now, the groundwork is done, and the newly formed Condemnation Board waits anxiously for funding that could pay for a facelift for these streets. In Mullins, Sarah Bloom, Newswatch 4.
If the grant is approved, the board hopes to start with 3 to 4 homes and move forward to the 40-some homes already reported within Mullins city limits. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is out of the hospital. John Roberts suffered a seizure yesterday in Maine. Today, he is said to be doing well after spending the night as a patient. ABC's Maya Kulicki reports.
Coming now.
Chief Justice John Roberts has been released from the Penobscot, Maine Medical Center after being treated for what doctors called a benign idiopathic seizure. 52-year-old Roberts fell to the ground on his boat dock yesterday afternoon and was ashen and foaming at the mouth after the incident.
He experienced some minor scrapes and cuts from his fall.
He has a vacation home to nearby. Spokesman said Roberts was aware and alert.
So help me God. So help me God.
Roberts is the youngest member of the Supreme Court and has no known medical conditions. He did have a seizure while playing golf back in 1993. Required by law not to drive for a couple of months. ABC's medical editor says seizures are more common than most people think.
About 1 out of 9 of us will have a seizure sometime in our lifetime, many of those in younger children with high fevers, for example.
The White House investigated Roberts' earlier incident before President Bush nominated him in 2005. And the senators who confirmed him knew about the 1993 seizure.
We apologize. It appears we are having some technical difficulties with that story, but stay with us. Your complete storm watch forecast is straight ahead.
News Watch 4 continues with weather.
Brought to you by Geno's, home of 2 for Tuesday.
And meteorologist Ross Ellett joins us tonight, filling in for Chief Meteorologist Josh Fitzpatrick. Lucky Dog has the night off, but it is we're having some dog days of summer outside right now.
Absolutely. Tonight, a perfect night to go head to the pool if you want to. That'd be a great opportunity, or the rest of the week, because this heat and humidity will stick around. Let's take a look at those headlines for today. And we can still see an isolated shower or storm even on this evening, but those chances are beginning to decrease pretty rapidly. A couple storms still left over. Hazy, hot, and humid conditions will persist through the week, and some patchy, dense fog will begin to set up as we head towards tomorrow morning. So we'll keep that in mind because that fog could be thick, just like it was again this morning. Doppler 4 live right now showing over the past 4 hours. Notice right along the spine of the mountains, just a couple storms continuing to evolve right now, and there's a shower or two left over as you head towards McDowell County. And there was some heavier storms there earlier. Notice over towards Union a shower, but most of us are staying dry today, and that'll certainly be the case for the rest of the week. Looks like dry conditions. And if you're wanting to head and hit a few golf balls tomorrow, looks like it'll be a great day. 84 degrees for the higher elevations, 90 degrees if you're heading towards the golf course in those lower elevations. Might want to remember that sunscreen as well. The UV index will be on the high side. Beckley's averages, we average 80 degrees for this time of the year. Today, just 2 degrees above normal at 82. 61's where our normal low is, and we were at 62, so a degree above normal for that low. And that record high set back in 1999 of 90 degrees. Today marked the peak of the 1999 drought that we were seeing just about a decade ago. Right now it's 80 degrees, a light north wind right now at 3 miles per hour, and this is really about as strong as the winds have been all afternoon at Beckley. Very light winds, and these will also continue over the next few days. This area high pressure begins to move on in. Dew point temperature is at 64 degrees, so we still have that moisture around the area, and it's making it feel awfully muggy outside as well. Visibility is at 7 miles with some hazy conditions across the area. And once again, we'll continue to see this evolve throughout the evening, but some drier air will continue to move on into our area. High temperatures today, 86 degrees towards Bluefield, 82 in Beckley, 84 in Lewisburg. So the heat is back into our area, and these high temperatures will increase a couple degrees as we head through tomorrow with a little bit more sunshine moving into the area. Dew point temperatures, 64 degrees for Bluefield, 66 degrees in Lewisburg, 72 in Pineville, letting us know we have a lot of moisture in the air and a lot of humidity to go along with it. But look off towards our north, 51 degree dew point in Martinsburg, 59 in Morgantown, 55 in Wheeling. Some of this dry air will continue to pull back into our area, so we have that light northerly flow that'll help to keep the dew points and the drier air keep on coming as that area of high pressure will move in. And along with that area of high pressure, a lot of clear skies. Just a few clouds, that daytime heating today, but that area of high pressure is still back off towards Indiana as this pulls our direction. We're just going to see more sunshine.